When I make a lot of money, I'll go on that trip. I'll eat all the food I've been wanting to try. And that skincare treatment, okay, I'll just leave my skin for now. And when I make the money, I'll buy the best and the most expensive skincare. And oh right, that outfit, I want to dress old money, but I think I can only get it from that big store at the mall. So we're just going to wait and dress not ourselves for now. Oh, we'll certainly look better in that outfit. I'll feel better when I have a great body to wear it anyways. Not really. Because you waiting in order to get something that you want is like putting your whole life on a pause on who you want to be, because having all these minds or reminders are a sense of who you're meant to be or who you want to be. Therefore, trying to make statements like waiting for the big moment that may never come is just a whole limitation you're putting on yourself or the person you want to be. We seem to delay our happiness so much because we are centering that happiness or that good thing that we could do for ourselves in order to make ourselves a percentage or more better on hold because of a lot of things. We are overthinking the whole situation where we could just take a little step that could be closer to solving or to achieving the bigger goal. I believe that there are three ways we are delaying our desires or happiness. What ifs? What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if people judge me? What if? But what ifs are just an obstacle. It's like a huge block in front of you where you have to move, but you are looking at this huge block as something that should be there when you could find a way to take it out of your path. And in that case, there's a lot of delay in the things that we want to do, in the things that add the sparks to our lives. I want it to be perfect, but our lives, our plans can never be perfect. I had this huge perfectionism at the start of my YouTube journey or even content creation in general. I wanted a certain aesthetic, I wanted a certain life, I wanted a certain look or outlook for people when I was just not that kind of person yet. So I had to create my own aesthetics. I had to create my own happiness in the little things that I have in my small space, in my small corner, and create something out of what I own to be a step closer to the kind of happiness or the things I find happiness in. And the third thing is that we think we don't deserve it. Each and everyone, I believe, deserves happiness. Even if the small little things like buying yourself ice cream every month makes you happy and boosts your mood in a certain way, we all deserve it in that way. And because we think that we don't deserve certain things, we are putting off all the things that we could be doing right now and learning in the process, covering it with the thought of, I probably don't deserve to do this. Like, I don't know who ever thinks like this, but it just occurred to me that some people actually think like this. If you do, that is absolutely not true. We all deserve whatever thing that makes us happy, the things that makes us feel fulfilled in this life and add sparks to our life and makes it feel like we're present and alive and feeling the world as well. Another thing we constantly do is idolizing the unnecessary. Or when I make friends, I will go out a lot, or when I find that partner, I will feel happy. That person is going to complete my happiness. That is completely not, in my opinion. You are your own person and your own self. Now, before you go out there, you are taking yourself to go out. You dress up, you look good and all that. Are we saying, if this is how you're thinking, does it mean that you're thinking that anytime you dress up and go out, it is because you're doing it because you have friends and you're doing it with them in mind, in the sense that probably their thinking or their thoughts or their lives affect how you're moving out of your house in that day? If you get what I mean, is that what it is? because I think that is absolutely wrong. I also used to be in the mindset of when I find a partner whom I am pleased with, I'm going to be happy. But no one can complete your happiness. It is very important to find happiness in yourself, in the things that you're pursuing, in the things that you're doing, and truly love yourself as a person before you can reflect that to another person or even receive love. Trust me, if you don't take this advice, you're going to learn it the hard way, because you're going to depend your happiness on other people, and that means that if without them you don't feel complete. And I truly believe that should ever not happen in this life, ever, because even though we are born into families and eventually surround ourselves with friends, at the end of it all we usually have only ourselves. Because trust me, when you're going to bed, even if you sleep close to a partner, do you close your eyes together and see your partner whilst your eyes are closed? If you get what I mean. Like, you go to sleep by yourself, you don't go to sleep attached to a friend or attached to a partner. You may be sleeping on the same bed, but you're not one being, literally. In that case, taking care of yourself is very important, and in the process, loving who you are, enjoying your little things is very important. I believe that it is even more important to know the little things that makes you happy, because that is the only way, if you ever find a partner, they'll also understand that side of you and even amplify that happiness in the process. Your desires and your happiness should be known to you. You should love yourself enough, appreciate your features enough, so that when someone walks into your life, they can amplify that. They don't have to replace that, or they don't have to be those, making those parts of yourself feel good for you. That means that eventually when they're taken out of your life, you lose a piece of yourself. And that is why some people eventually have very dire mental health situations at the end of the day, and nobody should ever go through that. And I hope that this is your sign that please love yourself first. Please know the things that makes you happy, and whenever you find a partner, they are going to amplify that happiness. They are not your need for validation. They add validation to what you have. Ignoring the little joys in our lives, that there are some simple things that adds a little joy to us, or even like sparks to our lives. So for me, I'll usually turn on my diffuser and my lamp, and I'll play some calm music in the background whilst editing or doing any other work, or just listening to music while doing my chores. These things add sparks to my life and my day. We overlook all these little things, and we think that there's no happiness in our lives, and we only attach happiness to the big things that we achieve in this life, whilst even the smallest milestones that we achieve can be something great for us that makes us feel good and boost our confidence in the process. So let's do a simple activity. Take a piece of paper or your journal and write 5 things that makes you happy. In this way, even if it's the smallest things, please write them down. In this way, you will not overlook them, because even the smallest things can add so much to our days.